Namaste, good morning. Let us begin. Sit comfortably. Gently close your eyes. Keep your back straight. Relax your shoulders. Connect with your breath. Visualize Bhagavan Vishnu in front of your eyes. Let us begin with the invocation shlokas. Shuklam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannabadanam Dhyayet Sarvavignopaşantaye Narayanan namaskritya Naran chaiva narottamam Devim sarasvatim vyasam Tato jayamudirayet Yasyadviratapakradhyaf Parishadhyaf parashatam Vignam nignanti satatam Vishvaksenam tamashraye Vyasam vasishthanaptaram Shakteh pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam vande Shukatatam taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishthaya Namo Namaha Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane Sadaikaruparupaya Vishnave Sarvajishnave Yasya Smaranamatreణ Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabhavishnave Om Namo Vishnave Prabhavishnave. So we have completed the Nyasa section, the Purva Bhaga, the introduction shlokas. First the invocation, then the conversation between Yudhishthira and Bhishmacharya, then followed by Nyasa. So please practice whatever we have covered so far. Get the right pronunciation as you are learning, so that once you are practiced well enough, the pronunciation will be clearly etched in your minds. If you have learned it incorrectly, then correcting it later will become difficult. So now we move on to Dhyana Shlokas. So Dhyana Shlokas, the main purpose is that it helps us to get into the right mindset before we start chanting the actual Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram. So it helps in multiple ways. To give you an example, when you are inviting somebody to your house, you will first respectfully invite them, offer them a seat, have a proper conversation, right? It is not like they just are coming without having a proper invitation from you. So similarly, here we are going to be chanting the 1,000 divine names of Bhagavan Vishnu. So before that, there is a proper invocation of Bhagavan that is needed. So where we respectfully invite Bhagavan into our home, into our heart, and that is the point of chanting the Dhyana Shlokas, uh, a proper invocation. Second is, here we are visualizing the Lord. Bhagwan's form we are visualizing. There are many aspects that are given that describes Bhagwan's form. If we need to meditate upon a deity, a form is very much needed. Given the limitations of our mind, given the wavering tendency of our mind, it is best to have a proper form to start with so that we can focus on the form and meditate. Before we get into meditation, the previous step that is absolutely needed is dharana. So before dhyana, one needs to practice dharana. This is mentioned in the Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs of yoga. So the 6th stage is dharana, followed by dhyana. So for dharana, concentration, ekagrata of the mind to happen, we need to have a form to focus on so that we can keep aside all the other thoughts and we can focus on this one form in mind. Also, before we begin chanting, we will be busy with various other commitments and other responsibilities of the external world. Various other thoughts of the external world will be running in our minds. So, in order to shift our awareness to sacred, to the spiritual path, to the spiritual goal that we have set for the day to chant the Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, that shift is provided by chanting Dhyana Shlokas. So it prepares our mind for contemplation and meditation. It is not about just randomly chanting the 1,000 names without connecting. It is not just about the lip movement or the voice from your vocal cords. Your speech, your mind, your action, all needs to be synced when we are chanting Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. So just like before planting, we prepare the soil. Before planting the seeds, we prepare the soil, we remove the weeds and we till the soil, soften the soil. Similarly, Dhyana Shlokas help us to prepare our mind so that the seeds of the 1,000 names can be planted effectively. So this is the whole idea behind Dhyana Shlokas. And some might question, because in the 1,000 names of Bhagavan Vishnu, we will be seeing how Bhagavan is all pervasive in nature. He is limitless, no boundaries, no beginning, no end. So form is limiting, right? So then why are we doing form worship? That is a question that many of us might have in our minds. But as I said earlier, the limitations of our mind, especially in Kali Yuga, where we are so entangled in the outside world, to bring our mind to a single pointed focus, form is essential. So Ramana Maharishi says, until one sees the formless self in oneself, one cannot truly worship or see the formless God. So Nirguna Upasana, the formless worship, that is very difficult, as Bhagavan Krishna also mentions in chapter 12 of Bhagavad Gita. Saguna worship, the form-based worship, is very much essential for devotees, for in the beginner level especially. Only when we are established in the Saguna Upasana, we can even think of or conceive of Nirguna Upasana in our practices later on. So that is like a far-fetched goal. So to begin with, form worship is absolutely needed. And Dhyana Shlokas describe a form which we can visualize in our minds And that will help us to prepare our minds for the chanting the 1,000 names. So let us look at the first shloka today. Dhyanam, dhyanam. So this needs to be chanted dhyanam. Kshiro, kshiro. This is ksha, ksha. The half k and a full mudanya sh. So kshiro dhan vat pradeshe. Dhan vat pradeshe. Dha Mahaprana. Kshirodan vat pradeshe. Pradeshe. Shuchi mani. Shuchi mani. Shuchi mani. Bilasat. Bilasat. Bilasat saikate. Saikate. Bilasat saikate. Mauktikanam. Mauktikanam. This is mau, and then there is a half k. Mauktikanam. So this full word Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Mauktikanam, that is one full word. So, but we are breaking it down for the learning purpose. Kshirodan Vat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Mauktikanam. Mala, Mala Klipta. So this is L. So when this is a swara, this is a vowel, L. And here it is joined with k. So kl, klipta, mala klipta, sanastha, sanastha, tha mahaprana. And there is a visarga followed by sphatika, sphatika, there is a half sa. So mala klipta, sanastha, sphatika. This is not f, this is p. P, P with a aspirational sound. Mahaprana, Sphatika, Mala, Klipta, Sanastha, Sphatika, Mani, Sphatika, Mani, Sphatika, Mani, Ni. This is, you have to roll your tongue and say Mani. Mani, Nibhair, Nibhair, Bha Mahaprana, and it joins with, there is a half ra here. Mani, Nibhair, Nibhair, Mauktikai, Mauktikai, Mauktikayr, there is a half ra again. Mauktikayr, Manditangaha, Manditangaha, Mala Klipta Sanasthaspatika Mani Nibhair, Mauktikayr, Manditangaha. This is slightly a tongue twister shloka. So concentrate on each and every syllable, and with practice you will be able to easily chant this. Mala klipta sanasthas patika mani nibhair mauktikayr manditangaha. Shubhrair. There is a bha mahaprana. There is a shubhrair. There is a ra. You're joining with the next ra. Shubhrair rabrair. Shubhrai rabrai radabrai. Shubhrai rabrai radabrai. All are mahaprana bha, and it is bhai. Shubhrai rabrai radabrai. Rupari virachitair. Rupari virachitair. Mukta, mukta, piyusha, piyusha. This is P dirgha and U also dirgha followed by Murdanya sh. Piyusha varshaihi, varshaihi. Sh, Murdanya sh, and there is a visarga, varshaihi. Shubhrai rabhrai radabhrai. Rupari virachitair mukta piyusha varshaihi. Anandi, Anandi, this is Dirgha Di, Anandi Naf Puniya. So Naha, there is a Visarga followed by Pa. So Naf Puniya, Anandi Naf Puniya, Dhari Nalina Gada. Nalina Gada. Anandi Naf Puniya Dhari Nalina Gada. Shankha. Shankha. There is a half ing and a full kha. Mahaprana kha. Shankha Panir. Shankha Panir. Mukundaha. Mukundaha. Anandina Puniya Dari Nalina Gada Shankha Panir Mukundaha. Let me chant this full shloka in the normal way how we chant. Dhyanam Kshirodhanvat Pradeshe Shuchimani Vilasat Saikate Mauktikanam Mala क्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरदभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः. So each line you can try to chant it in a single breath. So again, with practice, you will be able to do that. So let us see the meaning of this Dhyana Shloka. So Dhyana Shloka, here we are visualizing a form of Bhagavan Vishnu. Here he is being referred to as Mukundaha. Mukunda. Mukunda is one who is happy being himself. He doesn't need any other external support, external object or person to feel happy. One who is happy being himself. That is one of the names given to Bhagavan, Mukunda. So we are praying to God, Mukunda, may you purify us. So here we are, since as I mentioned in the Dhyana Shloka, it is about preparation, purifying, getting ready. So may Mukunda, may you purify us. How? Here we are referring to different aspects. So the Bhagwan, how we are visualizing here first. We are first visualizing him being present in the shores of the Milky Ocean. That is what is mentioned in the first word, Kshirodhan Vat Pradeshe. So here Bhagwan is visualized in the midst of the ocean, the Milky Ocean, and he is seated there, and the beach, the sandy beach there, it's shimmering with precious gems. So Mani, Shuchi Mani, Vilasat Saikate Mauktikana. So the Mani is referring to all those shining, shimmering gems. And Bhagwan is wearing a mala. And even that mala has Spatika Mani. He is seated on a place, and again there also it's decked with precious gems. He is wearing a garland with precious pearls and shimmering white crystals. They are so radiant, so luminous. And he is holding a conch, Shankha, Chakra, the mace, the Gada, the lotus in each of his hands. So this is the form that we are visualizing, right? And there is also a lot of white clouds. They are forming like a canopy around him. And we are praying to Bhagavan, may you purify us. May those clouds, they pour the nectar, the amrita of mukti upon us. It is like a prayer that we are offering in the beginning for purification and for this ultimate blessing of mukti. So I just gave this particular description to an AI tool, and I asked for the image. Then what I had visualized in my mind and what AI gave, it was it didn't match. So I feel it's better that we imagine how Bhagwan will actually resemble with this description than a tool like ChatGPT. So, but this is like the form that is first presented to us, where Bhagwan is seated. He is shimmering. There is the clouds that are around him that have formed a canopy. And to that Bhagwan, we are seeking um, his blessings and to help us purify ourselves before we proceed to chanting. Let us chant. Dhyanam क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे 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 शुचिमणिविलसत् 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 सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् माला क्लिप्ता माला क्लिप्ता माला क्लिप्ता सनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर् 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 मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः 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 शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रै 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 रुपरिविरचितैर् मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः 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 शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रै रुपरिविरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रै रुपरिविरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रैर्रुपरिविरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीया आनन्दीनः पुनीया आनन्दीनः पुनीया दरिनलिनगदा 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 शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः 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 आनन्दीनः पुनीया दरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः आनन्दीनः पुनीया दरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः आनन्दीनः पुनीया दरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः Let us chant each line 3 times. Dhyanam क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् मालाक्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिक मणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः मालाक्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिक मणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः मालाक्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिक मणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः. Let's chant the complete shloka 3 times. Dhyanam क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् मालाक्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरधभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः ध्यानम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् मालाक्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरदभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः. One more time. ध्यानम् क्षीरोधन्वत्प्रदेशे शुचिमणिविलसत् सैकते मौक्तिकानाम् मालाक्लृप्तासनस्थस्फटिकमणिनिभैर्मौक्तिकैर्मण्डिताङ्गः शुभ्रैरभ्रैरदभ्रैरुपरि विरचितैर्मुक्तपीयूषवर्षैः आनन्दीनः पुनीयादरिनलिनगदा शङ्खपाणिर्मुकुन्दः. So only with practice you'll be able to chant this very comfortably, very easily. Make sure you make a note of each and every syllable. Do not miss out on any half matra syllable. For example, Mauktikair Manditangaha. This half ra should be heard. Mauktikair Manditangaha. Shubrai Rabrai Radabrai Rupari Virachitair. There is a half ra here. Rupari Virachitair Mukta Piyusha Varshaihi. So make sure that you learn each and every letter, every syllable correctly. when you are learning, so that once it becomes a habit, then if at all we have missed out on something, it's very hard to unlearn at a later stage. Let us conclude. Sit comfortably, gently close your eyes. Observe the vibrations of the chanting in your head region. Bring your hands to Namaskara. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Let us take the blessings of Bhagavan Vishnu. Gently open your eyes. Thank you for joining. Please practice this first Dhyana Shloka. We will move on to the second one in the next session. Thank you.